What?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, but what does any of that have to do? Oh. I see where you're going with this. Yeah, play the intro.
Ouran High School Host Club is the story of Haruhi Fujioka, a scholarship student at Ouran Academy. While looking for a quiet place to study, Haruhi finds the third music room, where she meets the host club.
Now, some of you may be wondering what a host club actually is. Well, a host club is where women in Japan will just go to a bar-like atmosphere and pay for male accompaniment. Not like that, you big perverts. No, it's seriously just a bar-like atmosphere where Japanese women will happily pay for someone just to hang out and flirt with. There's literally no sex involved in actually a lot of cases. A good example of this would be a documentary called The Pursuit of Happiness, or The Great Happiness Space, I'm really not sure which one. But, yeah, that's all they're there for. I'm not one to judge people's lifestyles. Besides, hosts get paid up to $10,000 to $50,000 a month. And honestly, who's that stupid to actually believe every little word a guy says?
Greetings, SuperAnimeGirl.
Angerbeard?
Yes, it is I. But enough about me. Let's talk about you.
Hey B, you're freaking me out, dude.
Have I ever told you what a charming, pretty young lady you are?
Okay, I'm pretty sure you've never used those 3 words in a sentence, let alone any of them involving me.
Well, I mean it. And if you're not too busy...
I'm not letting you whore your new YouTube channel out.
Oh, come on, why not?
Because I got a hard enough time promoting myself. I gotta promote you too? Besides, you got your Twitch stream, you're fine.
Please?
No, and that's not gonna work.
And why wouldn't that work?
Because 1, that is like the worst Street Fighter cosplay I've ever seen in my life, and 2, you went to PAX South without me! And you played Dreadnought. With Angry Joe. Not cool.
Very well then, Super. But no, I will have my revenge. You don't know how and you won't know when, but you will hate it and it will be glorious!
Can I get back to my review now?
Yeah, sure.
Anyway.
When Haruhi is being introduced to the host club and their many different stereotypes, clumsiness makes the plot device smash to the ground.
We were going to feature that Renaissance vase in an upcoming school auction.
Oh, now you've done it, Commoner. The bidding on that vase was supposed to start at 8 million yen.
What? 8 million yen?
Now being in debt to the host club, Haruhi starts off as an errand boy, but after a complete makeover Superman style, Haruhi becomes an official member of the host club to help pay off the debt.
You know, I feel like I'm missing something. Something important. Something vital to the plot.
Haruhi,
Yeah?
so you're a girl?
Biologically speaking, yeah.
So many of you might be thinking this is no different than the billions of other shoujo reverse harems out there.
Well, you're clearly under the age of 17 because Ouran High School Host Club is a classic.
Yes, it has all the tropes of a reverse harem and a shoujo with your main prince guy, your devilish yaoi fangirl bait, the silent second hand, the lolly guy, aka Shotokan, and Roy Mustang? Yeah, I'm not kidding. That's the guy that plays Roy Mustang in the Full Metal Alchemist series, but he has less lines than Edward Scissorhands and is used just as well as Peter Dinklage in Destiny.
Yeah, that's just an extremely poor use of your Travis. I mean, come on. The dude's really funny.
Listen up, shorty. You realize how much taller I am than you right now. So listen up, biatch.
And speaking of the dub, I think it's fantastic. Granted, the sub version is done just as well with... Oh, son of a bitch!
Mamoru Miyano, why do you keep showing up on here? You're like... Are you just not allowed to leave an anime recording studio? Is that what this is? Because Granted, this is a good performance. You always do really good in your performances, but the Japanese version of this anime is just generic Japanese anime. I mean, it's funny, but nothing really stands out for me. And yeah, that's kind of a shame.
To be honest, I don't know anyone else in the original Japanese, so yeah. The sub's funny, but the humor goes by really fast, so it's hard to keep track of the subtitles, so I heavily suggest a dub, especially considering this is an anime a lot of people watch the first time they get into anime. Plus, it also helps that you have Funimation all-stars for this anime, like Caitlin Glass, Monica Rial, Todd Hebenkorn, Greg Arias, Travis Willingham, of course, J. Michael Tatum, and Vic Mignogna.
I know I was eventually going to have to bring this up since I talked about Vic Mignogna in my very first Hakuyoki review and then Vampire Night, but I really do not like Vic Mignogna's voice acting.
He rarely changes his voice acting, and in more of his recent work, he just sounds like he doesn't give a shit in what he's given. I mean, the last leading role I heard him in was that 15th Pokemon movie, where he just channeled his Edward Elric voice, and to me, it just came off as lazy and phoned in, for someone who I think that, if he tried, could be an amazing voice actor. And Ouran High School Host Club is the perfect example of that. Granted, Vic Mignogna as Tamaki was the first role I ever heard him in, but it just fit the character so well. Tamaki is a loud, over-the-top character, which, as I said before, fits Vic Mignogna's type of acting style.
But yeah, to make a long story short, this anime is so awesome and so well written that even Vic Mignogna couldn't fuck it up. And as long as Funimation keeps him in those kind of roles and don't put him in anything that's overly serious and dramatic, I'm sure we'll be We'll get to that bridge when we cross it.
Getting back on topic, Ouran High School Host Club really is an awesome anime, not just for its voice acting, but its writing. Granted, at its core, Ouran is a satire of shoujo and reverse harem animes that follows the same comedic writing as someone who's marathoned a bunch of old Mel Brooks movies, but these characters are just so likable that even when it has serious moments, you don't even care, because it fits the storyline so well. And I'm not joking, everyone in the series is so freaking likable. Even Renge, the group's token otaku fangirl.
Each of you needs to have some sort of dark side, you understand? Girls are vulnerable to handsome young men who are troubled. If you keep carrying on like this, it's only a matter of time before the girls get tired of you and stop coming altogether. Are you trying to ruin my precious Kyoya?
Even the Zuka Club from an all-girls school that wants to see nothing but the host club burn.
I promise you, we will bring you guys down. The Ouran Host Club will be abolished. All hail Zuka Club!
Hell, even characters that have literally only one episode dedicated to them are just so incredibly likable and funny.
What on earth are we witnessing?
Could it be some kind of new religion?
Why are you asking me? How the hell should I know?
Bored!
Showtune, really?
I'm sorry, lass, but you've been gushing on this anime the whole video, and frankly, I am bored.
Man, I can't help it. It's one of my favorite animes.
Listen, lass, I know, I can tell, you love this anime to death, and calling it a classic, no one's faulting you for that. But you just can't do that. There has to be at least something wrong with this anime. No anime is without a sin.
Isn't that just the tagline from CinemaSins?
My point being that there has to be at least one solitary thing that you disagree with that makes you angry and that you don't go on a rant about.
Oh please, come on, this anime is so awesome in every possible way. I dare you to find something that I didn't... And now I hate you for bringing that up.
My name is Showtune. What did you expect me to bring up? You needed something to rage on about the show, and I provided. You're welcome.
Surprisingly enough, the one problem I had with this show had nothing to do with the original work, but moreover who was working on the music at Funimation at the time. Whosever idea it was to get rid of the catchy Japanese opening and ending and translate it and give it to someone who clearly doesn't have the vocal range for singing is a fucking moron. I mean, when you listen to the English version, it just sounds like it's been translated. And for me, it's so hard to listen to that every time that I watch Ouran in English dub, I immediately skip the opening theme because it is just grating to listen to. It's why when someone I know that judges anime based on its opening, I show them the original Japanese because it's just sung better. I mean, compare the two.
Maybe you're allowed.
You see my point? But other than that colossal fuck up on Funimation's part, is the show worth watching? Has the last few minutes of me gushing over this anime proven nothing?
Ouran High School Host Club has personality, and that's what makes it so unique among the billions and millions of other animes that are out there. It's funny, well written, well animated, and even after almost 10 years after its original airing date, manages to stay relevant. For me, shoujo has to live up to the standards that Ouran High School Host Club has put up. It's great for old and new taku alike, and is a definite strong recommendation to buy. I rarely suggest buying an anime, but Ouran High School Host Club is definitely worth it.
So that was Ouran High School Host Club and the start of month 11. I gotta say, I think this month is gonna be pretty Ow! 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 Maid-sama? My pirate costume from last year with anger beard?
I told you I'd get my revenge.
I'm gonna have to wear this next week, aren't I? Yeah, I thought so. Well, till next time, I'm the SuperAnimeGirl. And I really don't like my friends.